When we think of power couples in American history, few match the legacy of Melania Trump and her husband, Donald Trump. But what is Melania's life really like in 2025? From her quiet yet influential role as the First Lady to her personal ventures, her world is far more intriguing than most people realize. Join us as we take a closer look at the billionaire life of Melania Trump, her rise from Slovenia to the White House, the challenges she's faced, and how she's carving out her own legacy today. Melania Trump's journey began far from the spotlight of the White House, in the small town of Novo Mesto, Slovenia. Raised in a modest family with a car dealer father and a fashion designer mother, Melania was always exposed to beauty and craftsmanship. From a young age, she stood out not only for her striking looks, but also for her determination and confidence. By the age of 16, Melania began her modeling career, signing with one of Slovenia's top agencies. Her natural beauty caught the attention of major international brands, and soon she was featured in top fashion magazines. However, Melania wasn't just a pretty face, she had bigger ambitions. Moving to New York City in the late 1990s, she entered the global fashion scene, working with world-renowned designers and appearing in campaigns for luxury brands like Christian Dior and Chanel. But it was her chance meeting with Donald Trump that would truly change her life. Their connection was immediate, and it wasn't long before Melania became an integral part of the Trump empire. Together, they built a life of wealth, influence, and power, but Melania always remained focused on shaping her own path. When Donald Trump became president in 2017, Melania was thrust into a role that, while never sought, she embraced with grace and poise. It wasn't just about being the wife of the president, it was about defining herself as First Lady. From the start, Melania launched the Be Best initiative, focusing on the well-being of children and advocating against cyberbullying, a topic that resonated deeply in the age of social media and online abuse. Her time in the White House was much more than just attending events or making speeches. Melania brought a sense of dignity to the role, carving out space for herself without overshadowing her husband's presidency. She maintained a relatively private life, choosing not to follow the traditional paths of previous First Ladies. Instead, she built her own legacy, blending elegance with strength as she balanced her public duties with the demands of raising her son, Barron, in the spotlight. Always keeping her family's privacy at the forefront, Melania's quiet resolve and commitment to her family stood out during her time in the White House. After leaving the White House in 2021, many expected Melania to retreat from the spotlight. But she didn't disappear. Instead, she found subtle ways to keep her presence felt. Through public appearances, her memoir, and her continued support for Donald's political ambitions, Melania stayed connected to the public eye. Her book, Melania, The Belief in Beauty, offered a rare and intimate glimpse into her life, shedding light on the woman behind the headlines and revealing more of her personality and experiences than the public had ever seen before. Despite stepping away from the White House, Melania wasn't simply resting on her laurels. She knew the power of staying relevant, and her return to public life was carefully planned. Supporting Donald's campaign for president in 2024, she showed a deep commitment to his vision. Unlike many other former First Ladies, Melania didn't feel the need to reinvent herself for the public. She remained true to her own style, elegant, poised, and purposeful, never straying far from the person she had always been. Now, in 2025, Melania has returned to the White House for a second term as First Lady. But this time, things feel different. Melania's role is much more than ceremonial. As the country faces a new set of challenges, she's tackling important issues such as the fight against non-consensual intimate imagery and digital privacy. Her involvement in advocating for the Take It Down Act, a law aimed at protecting individuals from harmful online content, has shown just how much she cares about the future of the next generation. But it's not just about politics. Melania's return to the White House marks a new era of public visibility. She's once again opening up the White House, this time with public tours that bring people from all walks of life into the heart of American power. Her presence brings a sense of dignity and decorum that many admire. But Melania also understands the weight of being in the spotlight, often keeping her personal life behind closed doors, focusing instead on her role as a mother and a wife. Despite her high-profile life, Melania remains incredibly private. Few have had the privilege of truly understanding what drives her. From the pages of her memoir, we get a sense of her character. She reflects on her early days, her marriage to Donald, and the pressures that come with being constantly in the public eye. But perhaps the most telling part of her story is her unwavering love and dedication to Barron, her only child. Melania has always been protective of him, keeping much of his life away from the public. Her journey has not been easy. She's faced criticism, scrutiny, and harsh judgment. Yet through it all, Melania has remained composed, showing a resilience that is rarely discussed. Behind the scenes, she's not just a first lady, she's a woman who has managed to balance immense pressure with a sense of grace that few can understand. In 2025, Melania Trump is much more than just the first lady. She's actively involved in several media projects that showcase her growing influence. One of the standout endeavors is her participation in an Amazon Prime documentary, directed by Brett Ratner. This project offers an intimate, behind-the-scenes look at Melania's life, giving viewers an exclusive peek into her world beyond the headlines. As an executive producer, Melania plays a pivotal role in shaping the narrative, allowing the public to see the complexities of her journey, the challenges and triumphs that have defined her life. But Melania's influence doesn't stop there. She's also made strides in the business world, particularly through her fashion line. Her designs have gained attention for their elegant simplicity and timeless appeal, reflecting her own personal style. In addition, she continues to engage in philanthropic efforts, working on causes that are close to her heart, particularly those focused on children's welfare and digital safety. Melania is not simply living in the shadow of her husband's political career. She is building her own legacy, one rooted in both her personal endeavors and her commitment to making a lasting impact on the world. Melania Trump's life in 2025 is a testament to resilience, ambition, and the power of reinvention. She's a woman who has faced the pressures of the public eye and emerged stronger, more determined, and more purposeful than ever before. From her early life in Slovenia to her second term as First Lady, Melania's journey has been one of constant evolution. She's not just the wife of a billionaire or a former president, she's a force in her own right, shaping her own future while supporting the ones she loves. What does the future hold for Melania Trump? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, she's not slowing down anytime soon. So if you want to stay up to date with her journey and other stories like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified every time we release new content. Keep watching and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think of Melania's role in 2025? We'd love to hear from you.